No matter the anime fandom, there's always the debate about who the best girl is, unless it's a yaoi or something you're looking at. There's plenty of prime examples, such as Rem vs. Emilia, Onodera vs. Chitoge, though I think we all know that Onodera is the ultimate waifu, Mika vs. Nino, all the recent Rent-A-Girlfriend cast, the list just goes on and on. But to the best of my knowledge, the debate about who the best girl is in the Monogatari series has flown relatively under the radar, but it does have quite a few people in nearly every camp. So I thought I'd change that by analyzing each of the girls with openings, so Sarda, Numachi, the Gaians, those guys, and definitively deciding who is the best girl of the Monogatari series. Now remember, this list is not just my opinion and should be taken as gospel. Now I think the best way to go about this would be to take a look at each of the girls and make note of their good points and bad points. I'll be doing this completely unbiased because, well, I don't have a favorite girl. Wait, no, don't look at my channel name, no, bad. But I think it would be best to go in their order of introduction, or arc. So with that said, let's start off with Hitagi Senjukahara. I want her to step on me. Wait, what? If you taped a stapler to a crab and gave it a dummy personality, then you would get Hitagi Senjukahara. She starts out as a completely cold, verbally abusive girl with an intensive love for all sorts of school supplies, but as her problem is dealt with and she falls in love with Araragi, she goes through some of the best character development in the series, coming out as a fun, playful girl. Crabs are pretty cool in my opinion. Next up on our list is Mayu Hachikuji. She's a classic case of, she looks like she's 10, but it's okay because she's actually of age. But now that I think about it, I'm not even sure if that excuse really works in this case. I mean, she's a ghost who died around 10 or 11, so I guess we can use the excuse on a technicality? Either way, Hachikuji is a fun girl, the kind who you'd enjoy talking to as shown by Araragi's love of conversing with her. She's surprisingly sweet, and her backstory makes her character pretty tragic, so I say this now gets a passing grade. Tsuruga Konbaru deserves a spot in any top 10 monkey moments compilation. She's the sporty tomboy type, which I know a lot of you degenerates are into. Muscle girls are in these days after all. But too bad for you, Konbaru is a lesbian. Though it honestly seems like she develops a crush on Araragi, so I'm not too sure. Anyway, she's a fun, perverted exhibitionist with the nasty side effect of her body getting taken over by a devil to enact the dark side of her wishes. So yeah, that's a little weird, but we love the monkey anyway. There's no excuse for Nakako Sengoku. She's still underage. I've always been a fan of the cute, shy types, and Kana Hanazawa is my favorite seiyuu, so that gives Nadeko a few points in my book. I liked her the most when I first watched the first season, for those reasons. Don't worry, I was also underage when I first watched the Monogatari series, so it's fine. But now she's taken a bit of a tumble on my list. I'm sure you know why, with the whole Medusa incident, but Nadeko is probably one of the best written characters in anime, so I can't even subtract points for that. Plus her OPs are both complete fire. Suppose snakes can be deep too. And finishing off the first season, we have Tsubasa Hanakawa. She's the kind of character that you either love or hate. I'm personally in the love camp. While she might not be my personal favorite, she's a deep character whose personality is her way of coping with her broken family life. She just wants to be normal, even though she has no idea what normal is, and Araragi was like a prince swooping in from a world of magic to save her. Plus she's got the best boobs in the series, so that gives her a mountain of bonus points. The sexy kitty will certainly do. I'd say the three girls who the majority of fans would pick for the title of Best Girl is a contest between Senjugahara, Hanakawa, and Shinobuoshino. Shinobu, aka Kishada's Rolori and Hard Under Blade, I bet you thought I would butcher that, is a good choice as well. She's playful, sexy in her adult form, and quite the talker. She's a vampire too, so that's pretty cool. And similar to Hachikuji with the she looks like she's 8 but she's actually 500 excuse. Yeah, we have another one of those as well after this. But in any case, I do also quite enjoy Shinobu's character. She is a fun vamp. Alright, now it's time for incest. Starting with the older half of the Fire Sisters, Karin Araragi is another tomboy, but she is more into martial arts rather than sports. I've never been the biggest fan of Karin, but I do see why people will like her. She's pretty naive, but has a strong sense of justice. Marshmallow justice? Get it? She will kick your ass in a heartbeat though, so remember that. She definitely stings like a bee. Now moving on to the brains of the Fire Sisters, Skihi Araragi is a cute girl with traditional Japanese morals and a fashion sense to go with it, at least on the surface. But she actually has a temper as fiery as a phoenix. I've always been a bigger fan of Skihi than Karin. I just think she's more interesting, but it's fine if I stand alone in that opinion. In the end, it might just be that I don't want to get stabbed. I'll just have to rise from the ashes after that. And now we come to our final case of, she looks like she's 12, but it's fine because she's actually older, with Yotsuki Ononoki. Of the Monogatari series' lolly trio, Yotsuki is probably my favorite. She's a dull given life, and for that reason her face and voice are pretty much devoid of emotion, but she's still got so much flair and character. It's pretty fun to me that such an eccentric character has such a flat voice, and it's a contrast that works really well. She's certainly a doll to have fun with. As we near this Lissawari, we come to the mystery herself, Ogie Oshino. What is Ogie Oshino? Well, there's really only one answer to that. Ogie Oshino is Ogie Oshino. I've always liked Ogie's character. She's creepy, but very interesting. You never know exactly what she knows, especially when she claims to know nothing, insisting that we're the ones who know. She's a major player in the show's second half as it draws to an end, and she becomes one of the most fascinating characters overall. Plus, her second opening, Dark Cherry Mystery, is one of my favorites in the series, tied for the #1 spot with Moso Express. She's a fun character, just don't let yourself get swallowed in the darkness. There's no one in the Monogatari series I can say I dislike, but if I had to pick a least favorite it would probably be the final girl on our list, Sadachiyokara. She's an interesting and deep character though, with plenty of trauma in her past. It's interesting and kinda sad to watch as she tries to blame Araragi for all the terrible things that have happened in her life, and even more so as she begs him to let her see him as the villain so that she can free herself from the guilt. She may not be my favorite character, but she is incredibly well written, and her voice actress does an excellent job. We just need to give the Math Fairy some more love. Alright, now that we've taken a quick look at all the characters, it's time to crown a winner. The title of the best girl in the Monogatari series goes to... Hitagi Deshu. Come on, don't act like you weren't expecting this. The Monogatari series is my favorite anime and book series. Of course I know Kaiki is best girl. At first he seems like just a fraudulent con man, but as the series goes on he takes on the persona of a surly yet kind uncle. He'd do anything to help Konbaru, and even looks for excuses to help his enemies. Do you remember the bathroom scene at the beginning of Koi? If that scene alone doesn't show Kaiki as best girl material, then I don't know what does. Oh wait, I do, because it's all over the place. At the start of this, I did say that only characters with openings would be on this, and Kaiki has an opening, Kogarashi Sentiments, so it does work. So yes, the title of Best Girl in the Monogatari series goes to Kaiki Deshu. The verdict is final. And that's that. In honesty, I just wanted to talk about my favorite anime a little. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment, or even subscribe if you're feeling daring. I've been your host Gavin here at Hitagi's Table, and I'll see y'all some other time.